but you helped me shift a lot of stuff about how I thought about myself as well. And I think not just the confidence to be out there, do what I need to do, but the confidence to be happy with the person that I was, considering what I went through. So yeah, I'm just say thank you for that.
That's brother.
You can see, because I was like, I need to remember this, but yeah.
I actually didn't know where you was going with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just want to say I appreciate you for being in my life for doing that for me.
Come on, bro. All right, welcome back to Relatable with Dads, Unscripted, figuring out fatherhood, one honest conversation at a time. My name's AJ.
And I'm Tiyapo, the black dumpling.
We're keeping that in. This is Uncle. So we're going to go over the story of why I call this guy Uncle, first and foremost, yeah? So me and my boy, I went on a night out. I said, T, come through, man. Like, we're going to go on a night out. He's like, yeah, I ain't been out in a while. It was a while since he last been out in it. So, like, we've ended up, he's coming over to my yard and we had like a few pre-drinks. So now, obviously, we're going out only on a casual one in Milton Keynes. I was wearing like, I think it was like end of summer. So I was wearing like shorts, like some dunks or whatnot.
Some flip-flops.
A little t-shirt, whatnot. And then my boy was wearing pretty much identical kind of going out wear as I was wearing. Uncle over here, man had his church shirt on, his church trousers on, his church shoes on. Man looked like he was going to church. So we were like,
I was dressed to
go church.
Impress.
No, go church.
I think, yeah. Okay. Do you know what I think it is? Because remember, there's like a age gap between me and you.
Yeah, like
so,
you're older.
So a few people out there from Milton Keynes might remember, we used to have like Empire, not Moon and also it's called Toad, right? And all these clubs used to go to, and it was like you had to wear a collar. So if you're telling me we're going to Milton Keynes, I'm thinking I need to have a collar on, I need to have my shoes on, because no trainers, you can't get in. Not realizing that now they just let anybody into the clubs now. And so
I know you look fresh, they let you in it. But
I was fresh.
Yeah, fresh to die for.
Exactly.
You look like you was about to go, nah. So yeah, we so from that day on, I changed his name with my phone to Uncle. Every time I ring him, I'm like, Uncle. Every time he rings me, I'm like, what's up, Uncle?
Well, you actually do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I don't ever refer to you as anything other than Uncle. But he is, I respect him wholly. I met him in a gym. You wouldn't believe it. No, I met him in a gym probably.
Check Instagram, I used to be fit.
How long have I known you? About 7 years? 7 years?
Yeah, about 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because weirdly enough, and I'll let you finish it because I was going to say something because I'll interrupt now.
Go on.
Because of you, I ended up with my wife. Weirdly enough, because you don't remember, you gave me all the advice and told me to read the book.
The book.
And that book changed my life.
The book,
yeah. If you use it properly, that book's a
game changer.
Yeah,
it's a
literally, yeah.
So, you know what? Funny enough, a guy from the army was on that told me to start reading that book in it, and I've used a lot of methodologies from that book, and it's worked well. If you leave a comment, I'll send you what the book is. So I met from the gym. As always, I'm quite friendly in the gym. I start speaking to people. Then obviously...
And abusive.
But
Leave that alone.
But then we ended up training together a few times. And then from that, just developed like a friendship, which was like quite loose at the start. But now I'd class you and regard you as like one of my closest friends to... If I genuinely, like, if I need to speak to someone or I've got a soundboard in or like any little business venture that I've thought of, like I generally ring you and like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would actually class you as like one of my closest. And when we went to Nando's the other day, like we were speaking, and it's like because we, apart from that one occasion where we went out, we've not gone out drinking or anything like that. So
do you know what? Cause I know you would say something, but I know why. Because every time I go out drinking with you, I don't wake up for like days afterwards, so it takes me like too long to recover. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
No, but I'm saying like we've only been out socially in like probably one occasion.
Twice, I think, once or twice. No, drinking once. I think I met you once when you were working on the doors. And you let me into what was it called? Revs.
Okay.
Yeah, and you got us, and then I got cut up then as well. Yeah, same blackouts. But yeah.
But yeah,
I've only been out once drinking, but normally we
So yeah, like we've
Yeah.
played squash together, we'll go and play badminton together. I smoke him at both. You can't even deny it.
I can't deny it, but
you actually sent me to hospital as well.
no, it's TJ that got me back with the eye. No, was it you?
No,
You got me in the eye.
It wasn't me. You sent me to hospital.
With the eye.
Yeah.
And
The
you got me
first
back
game
in.
of squash I ever played him, I was slapping him all over the court. He pinged the ball from where I am to where the camera is. He smashed the ball and it went into my eye. I still carried on playing. I still won that game as well. And yeah, I had to go to hospital because I physically could not see out of my eye.
Okay.
I was in a bad state of affairs. And then there was, after that, there was like a lot of, I looked at like how many people lose their eye from playing squash.
Yeah.
And I never thought it was a thing.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
like the leading cause.
Yeah. But yeah, squash is very dangerous. And this guy tried to kill me playing squash.
Actually, what I was doing, I was making sure that you're blessed by the squash gods.
But then,
so going forwards, now you can play.
You got licked in the eye by somebody else.
The TJ.
I think so.
I thought it was you or TJ.
It weren't me. I think it was, I don't think it was either of us, you know. I think it was someone from the squash nights.
No, I got hit.
I think it was, but then you was like, yo, I'm sorry, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You was actually apologetic afterwards because you realised how much it hurt. So yeah, I've actually developed like a really like good friendship with you outside of the gym, outside of like drinking and stuff like that. And it's been like 7 years now. But as a father, which is like, you're a very big advocate of this channel, and like you've come to me with ideas, and like you've been a very good soundboarding for me to have ideas for this show. So yeah, I had to have you on. It was
I appreciate it.
more of like such a pleasure to have you on as well. So kicking it off the bat, first question: what's the biggest challenge you face as a father?
Answering this question, to be fair, I think you've asked me that question before when you did the
Father's Day walk.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think then I said time, and I think I probably still would stick with that as well. Because I think
it's funny you say time, because going off that conversation, I have asked when I interviewed Eddie Hearn, he said time as well, and then I use you two as an example of saying how hard it is being a dad, because you're constantly battling time, but also battling like your own personal development. Like Eddie Hearn's a multi-millionaire, multi-billion-pound business all over the world. I said to him, like, what's the hardest thing you find about managing that and like being dad? He was like, time. Like, it's difficult to navigate that. And then you obviously you live at home with your daughter.
Daughters, son,
but more so Tally, because she's the youngest. And you battle with time as well. So it's like we're all just trying to battle with time when you're in two different echelons of finances. So I've actually used that example loads with people. Well,
I think I'm not spot on, because I think, because what I said before was that when you're younger, you're generally a lot more free, and you've got a lot more time as well. And I think with my two older ones, so Tiana being 18 and Tiyapo being 16, I went through points when I wasn't working or studying. I was going back to college, university. So there, I had all the time in the world. Do you know what I mean? So I'd be picking up from school every day, taking in school every single day. Weekends, we're going to London, going to the museums. You know, we're literally making use of the time I had with them, and the time I had with them was quality time. Like nothing else mattered apart from being in that moment with them. Whereas with Tally now, I'm trying to run a household. I'm trying to deal with changing careers. I've gone from being self-employed to working for a housing company now. And then I'm trying to be a husband. You know what I mean? And I'm still trying to be myself. I'm still trying to go back to the gym. I put weight on. You get to like your 40s, like your health starts becoming more important as well. So I'm trying to think, do I find the time to be with her now? But then I'm thinking, right, I need to see when she gets married. So I gotta go to the gym. I mean, I need to like go out and get something. The car's not working or whatever. And life is just so complex that trying to prioritize that time with her becomes more and more difficult. And if you, I'm gonna sound a bit bougie. Like Tiana and Tiyapo, they grew up happy. They were happy kids with me and stuff. To the point where I didn't spend that much money in them. Tally, you've met her, she's still a happy-go-lucky kid. She's bubbly, she's bouncy, she's flipping pure energy. Do you know what I mean? She'll run around for like 15 hours a day, rest for like 20 minutes, and then she'll find another 15 hours on a 24-hour day to make it work. So I then feel guilty that I haven't got those 15 hours for her. So that I bought her like...
But you see where you say that you need to like go to the gym and like train and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This is what I always say to parents. Use your kids in it, because your kids have got bundles of energy.
Yeah.
So train with your kids, even if you just done some bodyweight exercises in the back garden or in the living room. Yeah. Do it with them. 1, it will wear them out. 2, it will bond with them. 3, you're both doing something for the benefit of both of you.
Doing it together as well.
Yeah. And it's like, use your kids. I always, you know what? Yeah, I'm a massive advocate. I always say to people, use your kids in it, because like happiness, generally they don't have burdens on them. They're not thinking about the bills, what they have to pay. So like one of my friends, his pops passed away. I said to him, like, right now you need to use your son, because your son doesn't care. He doesn't know. Like, you use your son because he just wants dad to be happy. Like, he wants to play fight with his dad. He wants to spend time with his dad. He wants to just laugh and just be stupid with his dad.
Yeah.
So use him to help you go through his mourning process, because the smile on your kid's face can change your day like that. 100%. So yeah, like, I'll just, sorry to interject there, but just saying, like, use her, like, make fitness fun. You're a personal trainer, bro. Like, you got the call anyway.
Yeah.
But like,
got the certificates.
Yeah. Like, use her, like, train with her. Just go out for a run with her. Go out for a walk with her. Take her to the park. Run around the park with her. Do like all them kind of fun.
So my wife does all of that. I don't know how she finds time to run our house and do all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I'm making excuses now. But I'm even stuttering. That's how bad excuses are coming out of that. But I genuinely don't feel like I've got I need to find a way to make that time for, and I think the only way I can really do it is by purposefully setting time aside.
But when you do actually spend that time with her, are you actually, so the presence, are you actually present in those present moments?
It's gonna be like a bad father's podcast, though, isn't it?
No, not at all. But this is what guys are going through. Like, so that's why these conversations are like important, because, and I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I'll be scrolling Insta or doing like BS on my phone, and then the kid's like, "Oh, ask me something." I'm like, "What's the matter?" I'm quite short with them, and I'm like, "Why am I doing that? My phone ain't more important than my youth." So
I think, because one thing, so I've got because just speaking about the phones and being present in the moment. So we've got like a dining table rule. The older kids hate it, but I've always said that's the one time we can all be together. So when we eat, 9 times out of 10, we're in the dining room, phones are put away. And if I say this on the podcast, that means it's not gospel. I haven't got a choice. Mistake I make is I still have the tablet out. You see it? So my argument
tablet
is
out for what?
To watch TV, to watch a film, do you know what I mean? To scroll through whatever.
Whilst the kids ain't got their phones.
But I don't have
dinner.
Yeah, but my argument is I don't have my phone either. But now thinking about it, because
I thought you're not present then.
Yeah, because I mean, when you said that now, it's like I've put them in that position, and I'm physically there, but I'm still escaping.
But you're not mentally there. So when we have dinner, I let one usually bro, but I let them put music on YouTube.
Okay.
So I'll be like, because I always have DJ sets on my YouTube. So I'm like, pick a set, and then Ro will end up picking a set, and then
is that on device on the dinner table? Or is it sort of like in the background?
On the background. Okay. So it'll just be music in the background. And I find that really rocks, because it's not nice just hearing. No one wants to hear that. So having music in the background is always like, but then the only thing is, it has to be music that Ivy can't sing to, because It just make up my ear bleed and everything. I have to get tampons for my ears because the amount of claret from her singing are horrendous. So
I'm sure she has a beautiful voice.
She doesn't. Ivy, you can't sing, you know.
I think what you need to do, Ivy, next time, get him to film you singing. Is it "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift?
I don't know any Taylor Swift songs, you know.
Okay. Yeah, be a Swiftie.
I think the kids do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do off the back of my son.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a massive Swiftie.
Serious?
Yeah.
See, my son likes Stormzy and Chasing Status.
Yeah, but so Tiyapo is 16.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like he's like the most kind-hearted boy you'd ever meet. To the point where he listens to music from so many different genres. He's like emotionally intelligent as well. He's what I wish I was like at his age.
Oh, sick.
Where he's open to explore whatever is in front of him. So he's not put himself into like a box.
Yeah.
So I grew up in South London. I don't know if you know anything about being black and in South London. There's certain things that you can and can't do.
I grew up in South London.
Did you know?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounded very natural the way I said that. But I think you sort of put yourself into certain boxes. Society has made these boxes for you. Then you find a way to fit into those boxes for yourself. Whereas Tiyapo, from young, I've allowed him to be himself. And he's taken that on and just pretty much he's like a free thinking kid. I think as he's got older, he's become a bit more funneled, but it's into a path he's chosen for himself. So if you look at his playlist, he'll listen to Kendrick Lamar, Tracy Chapman, Fleetwood Mac, I think they're called. Yeah, so like an old rock band, and then Lauryn Hill, and then Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodriguez. Do you know what I mean? So he just bounces up. Yeah. But I say eclectic, he literally just picks what he likes, doesn't care what you think he should or shouldn't like. He just listens to whatever he wants, watches whatever he wants. And he'll sit there, he'll read a book. So I remember on one occasion, I wish I could remember the name of the book. We're driving somewhere and I just hear sobbing. If I'm embarrassing you, Tiyapo, I apologize for this. But I think this to me was like quite a sweet moment. But he's like sobbing in the back. And I'm thinking like someone's died or one of his friends has been injured or do you know what I mean, something's happened to him. So I'm concerned like, Tiyapo, you okay? You okay? What's wrong? You okay? Is everything right? My wife was looking like, Tiyapo, what's up? And it wasn't like you get a Denzel hard man, single tear just drops down. Like he was full on ugly crying, snot, everything. So I'm like, what's happening? He goes, she was in love with her best friend all along and now she's dead. So I'm like, what? It's in my book. So from reading a book, he got that emotionally invested.
Wow.
That he was, do you know what I mean? He's yeah.
How old is he at this time?
He'd have been about 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've cried, I think, over maybe one, potentially two books.
About a book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. It was no Tight Wrist of Auschwitz.
Yeah.
But it was the second one of that thing there.
Okay.
It was about she got basically put into Russian gulags.
Yeah.
I think they called it. No.
The gulags, yeah.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
But yeah, so she had like a really horrible Silka's Journey, something like that. But yeah, that book made me bust a tear, I think. Because I empathize with the character, but it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I think that's one book I had literally bust a tear from.
As a black man from South London,
go on.
Right? Do you feel comfortable crying?
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Although I think Dan seen me cry, obviously. Not obviously, but Dan seen me cry.
Yeah.
I try. The kids have never seen me cry.
Okay. Why? Is it because nothing's happened for you to cry in front of the children, or do you sort of protect or like sort of cocoon your feelings and leave them elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't think, unless like obviously someone close to me passed away and I had no option but to show that emotion, I don't think I wouldn't want to be overly emotional in front of my kids.
Okay. So I think for me, if I say pre-2019,
Mm.
I genuinely can't remember the last time I cried. As in to the point where, I don't think that's healthy, but I can go back to being like a teenager to being a child. I don't remember ever crying.
Really?
Maybe like as a little kid, you do something, your mum would get the belt or the slipper.
But how do you express that emotion? Do you know do you have the feeling of like, raw, like feel choked up?
Yeah.
Or why not? More to the like.
I think it's just the way that I was raised up. I was raised, that way, that mentality of like a man's a man sort of thing. So you crying, all that kind of stuff. We don't do that. I've always had that we don't do that mentality. And I think the only thing that changed it for me was when my mum passed away. So like in 2019, and she lived in Australia, so obviously I couldn't be there for the whole thing, and she was quite ill. And then when she went, because I was in the car with my then girlfriend, now wife, and like literally, when I say like my world just fell apart, and I feel like years of that of pain and trauma, everything just burst out of me.
Really?
Because I think, and in my head, I could never forget that day because obviously my mom's gone, she's passed, in it. But the sound that I made hearing it is like a haunting sound for me, because I've never sort of screamed and I've always carried it. But the reason I've mentioned that, going back to the fatherhood angle of it, is I then had to relay that news to my children. Also, me and their mum were separated, so she knew that I'd come and talk to the kids about something. I don't generally go into her house since we're separated. There's never a need for me to go into it because that's her space, it's her household. On this one day, I knocked on the door. She's opened the door. She's let me in.
How was your emotions at that moment?
So my shield was back up again.
Okay.
Because I've heard it. In that moment, I've dealt with the news. Do you know what I mean? So I've had, I think I've got the news. I've had like an hour just to like, and I'm like, okay, cool. I need to go talk to the kids. I've gone to the door. She's opened the door for me. She's like, I'm going to speak to children. And I think you can see in my face that something's happened. She's like, come in, just come in. And just gone straight into the living room. They're sitting there, and I'm trying to sort of keep it together. And I remember in my head, like consciously thinking that whatever happens, they need to see this. And when I told them again, I just fell apart again.
I think it, like, I'm not trying to, but it's you saying it aloud is also reaffirming it as well, which makes it
you live in that pain.
It's all over again, like that wave hits you one more time.
100%. And I think we had that moment where, obviously, I'm a mess at that point. No word for a lie. They're in the same position, but we've come together and just cried together. And I kind of thought it was
that cleansing for you?
At that moment, I think my mind wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? Because the pain was just raw. Do you know what I mean? It was just, because I think the wave analogy is like a fantastic analogy, just kept on. And to the point where I was like drowning in the pain, and I just couldn't get out of it. And that continued for a while as well. I think probably for the first week or so, I think I stayed in my partner's girlfriend's house. We didn't live together, but I didn't leave her house. Like, I stayed in bed for the whole time. And I think I probably said that understanding, that's probably like the darkest point in my life ever. And I just, I couldn't get out of it. And what I found weird was, it sounds really stupid, but I kept wanting to speak to her, because whenever I've gone through anything, that's the one person that resolves it. Do you know what I mean? She may not have the answer, but she puts me on that path.
It's just the voice. Yeah, it's the same.
The comfort. And
you always seek that. No matter how old you are, I think you always seek.
That's your And I think what I found weird, because in my head I was like, if you've got a good relationship with a parent, losing that parent is probably one of the hardest things you'll ever go through, because the only person that can help you through it is the person that's gone. Do you know what I mean? And then what's come out of it on the other side of it is I feel like I've come out a better person for having that time to fall apart.
Mm.
And the reason I say that is I feel like I'm now more emotionally available than I was before then.
Okay.
So I'd been through like a phase, probably I'd say of about a year, when she was ill, and I was just quite chaotic in my own personal life. Like my finances were not great. I was just spending money on anything. I was you mentioned going out. I was out. Like, do you know what I mean? Whether I'm on my own or somebody else, I was out. I had my own flat in Bedford. I only ever stayed there when I had the kids. Outside of that, I'd leave there. I think I've seen you a lot in the gym, because I'd be in the gym like at 5 a.m, training. I'd shower at the gym, get dressed at the gym, go to work. I might nip back at lunchtime to train again. And then after work, I'm not going to lie, I was on that Tinder swiping right. You know what I mean? So I'd be on something, I'd be linking someone, talking to someone, going somewhere.
Going where? Going where?
Wherever I had to be. So it was just like a messy year.
So what was it? Your mum's passing that kind of
that changed.
Brought you to.
I think because when she went, I feel like, the people that are around me, I got close to people like even like my brothers. I've always had a good relationship with my brothers anyway. But I think from then on, I saw them differently. Because again, when she went, you get everyone telling I'm sorry to hear she's gone, condolences, everything else, which is nice to hear. But the reality of it was that the relationship that you had with my mum, that you had with my mum, is completely different. You can't understand the pain I'm going through, and I appreciate the sympathies. I appreciate you being empathetic towards my feelings at that moment, but I can't talk to you.
Yeah,
because you get me. We can't relate on this, and there's nobody on the planet that I can relate with, and the only people that I can think that have come anywhere close to understanding my pain. So not the pain of losing a mother, but the pain of losing my mother are my brothers.
Yeah,
you see it.
How many brothers you got?
Sorry,
how many brothers you got?
Like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened again, but my middle brother is, how old is he? 41. He's 42. Yeah, 41. He's like 6 foot something. My baby brother is 38, I think, and he's like 5'11", and then big brother here is 43, and I'm like 4'2". So I don't know.
He is bare short.
Not bare short. I'm at least 5 foot, but do you know what I mean? So it's just one of the things where that's then made me appreciate having them in my life a lot more. Because my middle brother went out to Australia with her, and he saw more of it than I did, and he's carried that for us. So I look at it, and like there's nothing in this planet I can ever do to repay him for doing that, and I don't think I need to, because obviously he did it because it's who he is.
So how would you say that loss has made you a better parent and becoming more emotionally available?
That's it. That's literally it. Like,
because one of my questions to you was going to be like, have you struggled with your mental health throughout being?
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Was that the time?
Yeah, I think because I've always felt like that mentally I'm strong. So when people come to me like, and I apologize for saying this, when somebody told me like they suffer from depression, my thought has always been, just pick yourself up and get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm too scared to leave the house. Just get out of the house. That's always like my view of seeing things. When I went through what I went through, that I can say that truly broke me to the point where I just left a lot of things out. Because I said I had my own property, I just left it. And I never went back. Like everything that was in, I just let it go. I literally just gave out the property. I didn't even go back to collect anything at all. Because I was just in that mind space where I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't function. And if my wife hadn't been there, I've got no idea how to come out the other side of that, because she supported me through that phase of my life. And we'd only been dating for like 3 months. So it's quite a new relationship as well. And for her to actually carry me through it, like, I don't think there's anybody in the world that could have done that for me, and the way she did it for me as well. But going back to the parenting side of it, that's why I appreciate the way Tiyapo is a lot more. The fact that he's confident enough to actually allow himself to cry.
See, from when obviously me and you were growing up, it was you're soft.
Yeah.
Like,
and so,
like
literally, you had to be like, do you know what I mean? Which in my opinion now.
So when was the last time you cried then?
It's been a while again, but now.
So what do you use as an outlet? Because like sometimes I feel like I get overwhelmed with emotions. I feel like I could bust a tear, or like I feel like if I allowed myself to, I would cry. And then I'm like fight it back,
right?
And I don't allow myself to.
Yes,
but
yeah,
I know that's probably not the best thing, and I'm saying it in that podcast. But yeah, I've been overly overwhelmed with emotions at points, and then I'm like, hold it down, like don't bust a tear. Like,
yeah.
But how do you kind of come out the other side of it and not like go down that route?
But the problem is I still do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think.
So you still bust a tear?
No, as in I stop myself, and I feel myself physically stopping myself.
Is it still the same thing of yourself?
Do you know what I mean? I'm a man. We don't do this, and I mean, there's been points where I'll sit with or I'll have like my mom's birthday will come up, or like an old Facebook post that she put up pops up onto my feed, and I look at it. It's you get a moment of joy, of just brought it back to the surface again. But then that pain hits you again. So I love the fact that you said the wave, and I'll always use that because that wave hits you again, and then you start grieving that loss again.
I don't want. You'll never ever not miss your mother in it, but does that wave get? So obviously, when it first happens, it's like a huge tsunami, tidal wave. Like it crashes into you. Does it now become more of a manageable wave, or is it still the same kind of?
I think I'm going to change the analogy. So I think I read somewhere before about grief being like a rubber ball in a box, and basically every time the ball touches the walls, that's when you feel that pain again, and that pain still feels as raw as it did the first time you felt it.
Okay.
The only difference is the fact that the ball stays the size. The box gets bigger. You've seen it before, isn't it?
No, I've never. Yeah. But from your initial analogy, I could understand where you was going.
Yeah. So I may not sit here. I think about my mom every single day. You know what I mean? But I may not sit here and sort of feel the pain of losing her every single day.
Okay.
But the thoughts I may have about is like Tiana was going to nursing. That's what my mom did. Or Tally might do something. Like today was grandparents' day in school. Lisa's mom went to Tally's school, spent the day in the class and everything else.
So I think that's I don't think that's a good thing for them to do in school, because
if you're missing that part of your family,
like for me, it was a raw thing when they was doing dads and all that kind of stuff in school, like celebrating dads, because I was just like,
can I pause it again? I feel so bad. I need to go pee. You're giving me drinks and stuff, innit? So what do you expect me to be like? Sorry.
So we've had to break because T has the bladder of a
5-year-old.
I'm going to go 2-year-old, and keeps on having to pause it so he can go to the toilet. So we are rolling. You feel okay now?
Yeah.
Been to the toilet? You all right? I think you're at that age now where it's like Tenemans, isn't it?
Okay. First of all, I'm 37.
You're definitely 37 times 6
and a bit. Yeah.
It's talking about grief.
Yeah, but I think the one thing you're talking about, being sort of more emotionally available. So going through what I went through, I feel that now I can allow myself to be vulnerable. So it's helped me build the marriage that I have now. Because I feel comfortable. Because
did you ever go through counselling when you lost your partner?
Sort of. So I went through that CBT stuff because I think I needed to change the way I thought about a lot of different things as well. So I kind of went through that. Weirdly enough, Lisa, my wife, was one that pushed me to do it. So before we even got together, because I think I was quite chaotic, and not. I don't know. I'll probably say it's chaotic. I think with my mind now, I might even put it through the label of self-harming. So, but not physically self-harming myself, but in terms of my behaviors.
Self-destructive behaviors.
Yeah, that's a much better term.
So I'm quite self-destructive.
Being out drinking, being very accommodating to females, do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. And I think I kind of had to sit down and realize why I was behaving the way I was behaving. And because I'd lost control of a lot of different things within my life. So rather than try and gain control of what I need to gain control of, I just let myself completely lose control of everything. I think I sat with her once, because we used to work together, what we still do now, to be fair. But I sat with her and she kind of just said to me, if you think about all the things that have happened to you in a short amount of time, but I've just kept on going. I've never allowed myself to deal with whatever it is I was going through. See, still getting the ladies. But yeah, so I never allowed myself. Oh wow,
still getting the ladies, you know.
But I never allowed myself to deal with whatever. Yeah, so I never allowed myself to deal with whatever loss I'd gone through, because I just kept on moving, and then to the next loss.
So before, obviously, your mum passed away, what loss had you dealt with before?
Obviously, the biggest loss I dealt with beforehand was opposite the loss of my family. So where me and the mother of my kids separated. And I think the separation was a good thing for both of us, because we've ended up in much better places. Within the relationship, we were not good for each other at all. We had different sort of views on life, and I kept trying to pull her into my way of thinking, into my view, but that wasn't the path that I was chosen for her to be on. And me trying to force that agenda wasn't good for her, wasn't good for me, and he just basically just widened the gap to the point where we couldn't communicate with each other at all. And any communication we had was quite, use the word toxic. And then that was having an impact on the children, so I had to sort of shift out.
So you say lots of family, mean the family unit of mum, dad, kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that pretty much broke down. Yeah, because I've grown up with mum and dad and my brothers in one household.
Did you feel like a failure when? Because I know that like seeing mum, dad, your brothers, and then you not achieving that, it could probably obviously
I think I'm gonna say no, because I feel like the success was leaving. Kind of things. I think when I was there, I could see the impact that me there would have on the children as I got older. So the kids were still quite young, so they don't really remember a lot of the stuff that happened. So Tiana, the older one, does remember me and her mum being together, but Tiyapo, his memories are, we've always been separated. He knows we're together, but we've always been separated.
Go through the ages of the
children. Okay. So I'll start with the biologicals, because that's what we do. So obviously Tiana's my oldest. She's 18, Tiyapo's 16, and I've got Tally, who's just done 5.
Okay.
And then so that's so me and their mum had Tiana and Tiyapo. Me and my wife have Tally. And then she has an older boy, Troy, who's like my stepson. So obviously with her ex-partner. So that's the age ranges. So from 20 basically down to 5. So quite a
huge age gap.
Quite a massive age gap.
But you've always got babysitters. That's how I say it.
That's what they say, right? No, it doesn't work like that. I think what doesn't help, because we live in a tiny little village in the middle of nowhere. So the older ones live in Milton Keynes.
But I've seen Tiana and Tally's relationship, and they're very close, and they do, from what I've seen, they like, Tiana will always look out for her, and like when they came to the Rounders Day, that time.
I think so Tiana, for an 18, I think she's got that sort of maternal instinct. She doesn't want to be a mum right now anyway, but she's quite good with young children. And I think for her, it's probably difficult for her to be the older sister and staying out of the whole I want to be on TikTok, Instagram sort of mindset as well, because 9 times out of 10 she's Snapchatting with her and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but Tally as a sibling, she gets on with all of her siblings, but then she fights with all of her siblings. So even though there's like an age gap, it's quite a big age gap, but the way they fight, you think they're the same age. So I feel like they bring Tally up while she drags them down. Do you know what I mean? So they then have like a meeting point where they're mentally on the same level, and they'll have those arguments like that. They'd have Tiyapo be like kicking her, she'll kick him back, and then
was there like a, because obviously you're in a new relationship now and you've got a daughter.
7 years.
No, but I'm saying like
yes, it's not news.
I'm
making sure she understands what we were talking about.
From Tiana's point of view, you're in a new relationship. You've got a daughter with like a new woman. Was there a battle there in terms of like?
No, I think
a replacement for daddy's little girl kind of thing. That's what I was referring to.
Okay, yes, there was. I just completely forgot. Yeah, that's a good catch actually. So when Lisa was pregnant, Tiana wanted it to be a boy because I've always had this thing where when I had 2 children, Tiyapo, you're my favorite son. Simple.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Tiana, you're my favorite daughter. So you can't really have favorites. We all have favorite children, but you can't really have favorites. So we all have favorites, whether you admit it or not. You know for a fact that you've got a favorite. Who's my favorite?
Yeah,
Tally. I will open. The kids know that. Out of all my children, she's the only person that still needs me.
Wow, just fully openly. Don't.
I love them all, and they know that I love them, and I would literally die for them. But Tally's my favorite.
See, I'm in a very good position because I've got
yeah. So you've got a favorite girl and favorite boy,
and a favorite separate one.
Yeah. So don't have any more.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to know you.
Yeah, but but I think
she did struggle when.
I think she did struggle, and now that you've said it, thinking about it, I think it may have had a bit of a detrimental impact on our relationship as well, because there's little things, like even like talking about stuff like my life insurance, the way I've divided up. If I was to pass away, how my assets will be divided up and stuff like that. Because I've always said to them, Tally gets the biggest chunk of everything until she's 18. And the reason behind it, it's going back to, again, what's my biggest challenge around time. So they've had more time with me. So I would hope that whatever life lessons I can ever give them, if I was to go away today, they've got enough to go on with their lives. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, whether we've learned the ethos of sort of being a hard worker, the importance of education, importance of family, all that kind of stuff, they can take that to wherever they can take their lives, and hopefully they can build themselves up with it. Whereas if I go today, Tally's 5. By the time she's like 10, 15, 20, I'm just a picture on the wall. Do you know what I mean? Whatever memories she's got of me won't exist anymore. So I'd want to leave her something that she can be like, Dad did this for me. Do you know what I mean? Whereas said with Tiana.
So when she's 18, it goes 3 ways?
Yeah.
/ 4 ways?
Because at that point, she's an adult.
Okay.
So you'd hope that, do you know what I mean, whatever foundation she needed. Yeah, I was speaking to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think I'm quite open about finance and stuff with them. So I speak to them quite a lot about pretty much anything, to be fair. And I've always had, and I hope that they still feel they can come to me, even though they don't as much anymore. But I've always allowed them to have a platform to talk to me.
So we spoke a little bit off camera, kind of on camera, about your relationship with Tiana.
Yeah.
And you said that as she's got older, it's not as close as it used to be, and you've had your own kind of like struggles with that. Yeah. So can you just like?
I'm still going through it now.
Yeah.
To be fair,
because I did say to you, like, I've heard from other sources that they go away. So when they get from like teenage years, they tend to go away from you as a child and as your kid, and then seem to come back to you as they turn more of an adult.
I think so. What I've always had in my head, and again, you know, what you have in your head and reality can be 2 completely separate things, aren't they? So the way I've done my parenting with them is like with Tally now, and I'm going to use words that a lot of people won't agree with, because I believe that right now I'm training her to be someone. Do you know what I mean? So what I do, I can't give her too much freedom. So it's about trying to put her, I hate the term, but we're trying to put her into a position where she behaves a certain way, she acts a certain way, she does things a certain way. So whether it's stuff like simple as potty training, being out of nappies, sleeping through the night, all that kind of stuff, you're effectively trying to put your children into a certain box. So my view is when she gets to about 5, 6, 7, I'm hoping that's going to change from being like a training relationship to a coaching relationship, where not helping her find herself. So the foundations have been built into you. So you now know you don't behave this way, you don't say this to somebody. So now when you do it, we talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Because my view, you can't discipline a 1-year-old too much, because do you mean they don't know what they're doing?
Yeah.
But 6, 7-year-old, yeah. perfect, yeah. But when they're 6 or 7 years old, you can now have conversations about the stuff that they've done or haven't done. So that's when I feel like you start coaching them. And then when they get to early teen, so like say about 13, 14, you start to give them more freedom and you take on a role of being more of a mentor. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, you just sort of, okay, you did that. Why didn't that work? Okay, go out and do it again. Go and try again. You're helping them do whatever they need to do. You should remember when I hit you with the squash ball. Yeah, so you kind of give them that
I think it was this eye as well.
So you give them the chance to go out and see the world, make the mistakes as they make it. And then where Tiana is now, and I think this is where I'm struggling a bit, is I was just trying to allow her to be an adult, to recognize that she's now 18, she's now legally an adult, and understanding that she's not going to make choices that I'm necessarily happy with, but she has the autonomy to make those choices. Do you know what I mean? So it's not for me to now tell her, don't do this, don't do that. But I need to release her to go out and actually make mistakes.
Yeah.
But to then also give her that safety to know if I mess up, I can come and talk to dad. Dad's not always going to fix it for you, but you can talk to dad about it and hopefully find a way forward through it. But what I'm finding difficult is watching her make those mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So she may not think they're mistakes, and I think this is where we're sort of butting heads quite a lot around it. So, for example, I'm an advocate for education. So I believe it's probably like an old school way of thinking, but I believe like a good education will set you up for life. So no matter what, if you've got like a degree in something, no matter what you do, you can always fall back on that degree. So whether it's like a nursing degree or talking to a man that hasn't got a degree myself, and I've kind of had to work harder than I should have had to work to get to where I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could have done better with a degree. But so I'd want her to have had something like that behind her, so that when she's going through life, doing whatever she wants to do, if that path she chooses fails, she can fall back on that qualification and start again from that qualification.
That's a very like African kind of
100% way of thinking. 100%, yeah, 100%. And it's what I was taught by my parents, and I believe it's what their parents taught them. So that's something that's been fed through.
It's very African and Asian communities are always like, you need to do well in school, and then you kind of then do what you want.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Which I agree to a certain degree, but
there you go. You want one as well.
But like, I also think I don't rate the schooling system in a sense, because you go to university now, you walk out of university with like 50, 60 grand worth of debt on your head. And I'm not digging out anyone's degrees, but when you get a degree in art and you're 50 grand in debt, what is that degree going to get you in terms of job prospects?
Okay.
And then there's so many people who have got degrees in art and then go and work in recruitment.
Yeah.
And I ain't digging at no one in particular, innit? But I'm just saying, like, your degree isn't any kind of relevance to the job that you're actually doing. I think if you're going to I said to my kids, I was like, if you go uni, do a degree where you need that job. You need the job that you're going for needs that degree.
Okay. I'll counter it.
Go on. Okay. I know you was going to.
Okay. Forgetting the end outcome of going to university. But if you think about it, that's the first time your child lives on their own. That's the first time they get to experience adult life.
Yeah, I hear it.
In a safe environment again. Do you know what I mean? So that relatively safe. But you get it's a relatively safe environment where they're still in education, they're still learning, but they're surrounded by their peers. Do you know what I mean? So they get a chance to, like, they're part in you're enjoying life for those 3, 4, 5, 6, however long you're in uniform, before you go out into the real world and actually suffer bigger consequences that you would do in university. The second bit is around the degree stuff as well. Even if we'll use the art degree because we're picking on people that have done art now. I really respect an art degree, making it clear, because without you guys, I wouldn't know what colour to paint my house. Right. But to show that commitment to something and come out at the end of it with something, just a piece of paper, but it shows you've committed to something. So employers can look at it as something they're getting, but also...
No, I have said, that is why, for example, I was just using recruitment as an example because
Yeah.
they say, oh, we need someone with a degree. Don't matter what the degree's in.
Yeah.
It just shows that you can read and write to a good level.
Yes.
And you can articulate thoughts and processes. I get that.
You pick up research skills as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you pick up a lot just from studying the degree.
I 100% understand from that point of view as an employer, being like, yeah, you've got a degree, so that means you can read, write, do this, da 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 da. But having a degree in art and then going work in recruitment, you're 50 grand in a hole. Like, yeah, you've done 3 years at uni, 4 years at uni, you had a good time, you've got pissed, you've made friends, but ultimately your degree isn't
relevant to what you've ended up doing.
And now you're 50 grand in a hole. So I'd rather my kids go into work and not go 50 grand in a hole. Do you know what I mean?
I thought we might have gone off topic, but the society we live in now is different to the society that my parents lived in, or the time that I grew up in. So I feel like I'm probably one of the last generations where having a degree actually guaranteed, or pretty much guarantees you social mobility, where you can go from being part of the working class into the middle class. What we, is in my generation, have done is that we've now set different paths for the children, for the generation below us.
I can't relate to that generation, but yeah, go on.
Okay, so what I've done for your generation, but you know what I mean. But we've now made it possible for people to succeed without having degrees. So, but work is still involved. So, apprenticeships, for example, learning a trade. Because growing up for me, that's going like the whole African thing. But it's be a doctor, get into medicine, get into finance, get into get into a profession that's going to take you far.
But that's what I'm saying. So like my kids turned around and said, look, I want to be a doctor. Fine, go get a degree. I don't care. But if you want to open a business, you don't need a degree to open a business. Some of the best businessmen in the world have never been to degree, like never been to university, never had a degree.
But they hire people with degrees. That's all that.
So do that.
Yeah, okay. But
be the man at the top, not the man working for the man at the top. So be the man or woman at the top instead of being the
person working for the person.
Yeah.
Okay, which is fair.
But I feel like for me personally, like I always like love people. Like my top 3-5 people that I would sit down with and have dinner with are all like made it from nothing businessmen.
Okay.
Like they're the kind of people that like I would love to have conversations with and speak to and be like, how'd you do it? Yeah. What was your kind of ethos or methodologies and this and the next thing? Do
you know what I would say? This would be interesting, but I'll guarantee you, and I'm probably going to be wrong because I know people are going to be like, that's not true. The same thought process for successful businessmen is probably similar to someone that succeeds in a degree.
But not 50 grand in a hole.
Yeah.
This is my point.
Yeah. But some people have to learn to think like that, where some people just have it within them. So, So look, I think if you have it within you, then potentially you can succeed, which is why I'm saying this generation or the generation that's come up below us has those options. Whereas for some other people before that, the options weren't there. Because before, degrees weren't even open to everybody. It was just the elite and the upper middle class people that had access to degrees. So we couldn't access
what they're trying to get back to.
Yeah. Yeah. But then
from the time they started increasing the fees, because it became accessible where it was like 3 grand a term fees or 3 grand a year.
I remember it used to be free.
Okay.
Degrees used to be free. But you just
This is in Scotland.
Oh no, in the UK as well.
No, it is in Scotland still.
It's still free.
I think so.
I can't talk on that, but before it used to be free, but not everybody needed or wanted a degree. Kind of because realistically, if you're growing up with from working class background, by the time you get to like 15, 16, you're out working. The government then, this is not really to do with parenting, is it? But the government then changed the laws, made people stay in school for longer, and then we've ended up with more people getting degrees, which is then the value for a degree. But yeah, we'll skip all that, nobody cares. So parenting.
No, because you were talking about like, obviously you want Tally to be going
Tiana
to go uni.
And I think she wants that same journey as well.
But that's why I was saying, make sure it's a degree with a kind of value to it, instead of just doing a degree in anything. Like you get people that I'm gonna say a degree's name because otherwise people can start getting offended. You have to offend everyone now. You say something, I've got an art degree, you're like digging me up. Shut up with your art degree, innit?
Again, I rate people that did art degrees, just making that clear.
I don't even know who's got an art degree, but it's what that's in it.
I disagree completely. I believe in the commitment of education because again, you've committed to something. You come to the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to show for it. That's red. That's blue.
Okay, but for an art degree, you can get to a graduate program. I'm defending you guys. Just remember that. Yeah, but I think for me again, even just the whole thought of going to university shows commitment. Be committed to something. And
but as well, yeah, going back to the thing, I think AI and ChatGPT and all them things there, they're going to, I don't know how they're going to end up doing the marking for these degrees because everyone's using AI to help them with learning and education and researching and stuff like that. So ultimately, everyone's going to have the same degree because AI is going to write their dissertations for them. So it's not allowing you to have that free thinking and that research.
Critical and analytical skills are going to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're going to get to a position where
AI does it for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think because I know of people that are, we've had stories of lawyers using AI to create an argument to take it to court. Do you know what I mean? And then they've then fallen flat when they've gone to court because AI sometimes makes up stuff. So it's made up like case law. And then also as a lawyer, you just read it. You're now arguing to the judge like, Wilson versus Smith of 1984 in Wilson court told me that the judge is like, well, Wilson doesn't have a court.
Yeah,
it was something that would happen, but it has happened. Yeah, I feel like I'm not a fan of AI too much, to be fair. I like using it to argue with people. Just we're having an argument with somebody on text that you don't like, or it's a pointless argument. I just put it into AI, get him to respond, and just copy and paste and send it over.
See,
just to waste the time.
One of my friends, he was like, "Oh, can you write me out a program, like a fitness program?" I hate writing programs for anyone. Even when I had clients, I didn't like writing programs because more time you spend time writing it out,
they don't do it anyway.
They don't do it. Yep. So you're just like, what's the point? And then my mate's like, "Oh, write me out a program." I was on the phone to him, but he messaged me in it, and I just kind of black messaged because I was like, he ain't gonna do it anyway. So then I was on the phone to him. He's like, "Oh, did you get a message over there about writing a program?" I was like, "No, I don't want to write your program. I can't bother. It wasn't you."
I could just check it.
It actually wasn't you. But as I was on the phone to him, I got my work phone. I was like, "Tell me what you want." He was like, "I want this. I want 3 days a week. I want to build on my strength. I want to lose a bit of weight, blah, blah, blah." I was like, cool. Said it honestly, all into chat. I was like, he wants this. Whilst I was on the phone to him, he said, within 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, within 10 seconds, I had a whole 6-week program. I was like, whilst I was on the phone to him, I was like, "Oh, look at your phone." He looked at his phone and was like, "What? You just done that?" I was like, "Yeah, I used ChatGPT." I was like, "You think he's ever used that program?"
Yeah.
Why
What's the point? Yeah.
So you want me to sit there for hours, write out a program, and then you're not going to do it anyway. So chat done it for you in 10 seconds. You still ain't done it.
I think the only use I've got for ChatGPT, and I do use it for this, is I'll use it to do my shopping for me. Like genuinely, I'll literally be like, right.
I actually went to one of my pals' house the other day, and he was like, I went to one of my pals' house today, and he was
like, the same thing.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I need some healthy meals, blah blah blah."
100%.
And then done it, sent it to chat, and then chat wrote our whole like meal plan and everything for him.
Told you where to, literally, I could say to do me a shopping list for a family of 5, for a week, £200 in Tesco's, and then
Tesco's, bro. You're a Waitrose kind of guy now. You little bougie bitch.
I like Tesco's because I get my Tesco's points, you see, so save them for Christmas and that.
Okay. So I want to run a scenario.
1 second. So if we mention Tesco's, can you get like sponsorship paid from it as well?
Bro, if I got sponsorship from Tesco's, I'm going clear.
Okay, cool.
Tesco's. If you fancy sponsoring Relatable Dads Unscripted, feel free to reach out. RelatableDadsUnscripted@gmail.com.
Waitrose, you're also welcome to reach out.
Waitrose, yo, that food. No, Tesco. I'm a loyal brother. They got petrol as well. Get me, you got to think of that thing there. All right, so I've got a scenario for you. This was actually quite relevant because your daughter is 18.
Okay. I'm panicking. I can feel like my heart's...
Halloween is around the corner, right?
Okay. I don't believe in Halloween, by the way. It's just begging.
Pagan things. I hate Halloween. That's another subject. But my almost 18-year-old son is going to a Halloween house party. No adults present. I've tried to talk to him about taking protection, and I've offered to buy him condoms, but he won't engage with me. What should I do? This is a message that I received, so I wanted to throw it to you.
That's a tricky one. Because obviously, forgetting the 18-year-old daughter, I've got the 16-year-old son. And he's out in the party scene as well, isn't it? So, yeah. Weird enough, we've had conversations, but so I always sort of tease him. Like, summertime, I think he probably hands on more females than males anyway. So he's got like a lot of girlfriends. And I was making, make sure you got protection, No, that's so embarrassing. What do you mean? I'm talking about factor 50 and sun cream. But we always make those little sort of things. So?
Don't use sun cream.
You don't use sun cream?
No, not good for you, bro. But yeah, go on.
You use sun cream?
No.
Okay, cool. We'll have this conversation in 50 years' time when I look younger than you then.
Ain't gonna happen, bruv.
But for that scenario, so it's effectively almost 18 years old, going to a party, unsupervised, and doesn't want to bring protection. Why not? Those conversations you need to have with your son. Why does he not want to bring protection in the first place? Is it that he's embarrassed to talk about that with his dad? I'm assuming it's the dad that's asking the question. If not, how do you then change the dynamics of the relationship that you can actually have those conversations with them quite freely? I think we spoke about this before, about setting the scene to have those conversations from a young age. So with my kids, so things to do with like sex and stuff, we've had those conversations from young anyway, but they've always been age appropriate conversations. The birds and the bees conversation, I've had that with Tally from the age of 3. Tiana and Tiyapo roughly around the same age as well, where we're just talking about daddy gave mummy a present to look after. And
then you develop that conversation.
And then after that, you came out, and then as you got older, you developed it. And then you get to a point where it's like, when you're like 15, 16, okay, so you know how babies are made, okay, perfect. Obviously, having sex with someone's quite enjoyable, can be fun, So if you are going to practice it, you need to make sure you're safe and you're protected. Otherwise,
go on.
Shoot. No, shoot, go.
Obviously, we're both fathers of daughters, right?
Yeah.
How did that conversation change based on Tiyapo and Tiana?
Okay.
Because
it's the same.
Yeah.
Same for both of them. So, because Tiana's 18 now, I don't know.
You don't want to know?
Because it's Pandora's box, isn't it? If the box is closed, nothing destructive is in that box, and I'm happy with the box closed. She's 18. Do you know what I mean? As long as she's safe and looked after, I'm fine with it. Because unfortunately, I'm not here to police that side of her life. Does that make sense? So as long as she's like careful, making sure that, do you know what I mean, she's looking after herself, it is what it is. She's an adult. Tiyapo, I've had a conversation with him as well, and same for him as well, which is, look, I feel like I don't want to out myself, but obviously we all started at a certain age.
What age did you start, big man?
I was like, how old are my kids? And I've only just done it like 3 times.
Yeah.
But we all start at a certain age, don't we? And then ultimately just trying to make sure that they have...
Right. Were you older or younger than what Tiyapo is?
I was older.
Older?
Yeah. I was a good kid.
You're full of shit.
Genuinely, I was a good kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have
you told them what age you was?
Have I told them? I don't think I have. They've never really asked them, but they know.
If they asked you directly, what would you say? Would you give them an honest answer? Yeah.
Yeah. They, at the age they are now, they're old enough to have that type of conversation. So if they want to ask the question, they have to deal with the consequences of the answer they're going to get.
No, Tiyapo is asking you straight away now.
Shall I phone him now? Can I phone him? Just for the sake of it, but yeah.
You can do. It's late though. Yeah, it's late.
Yeah, no, he'd still be awake. He shouldn't be. But
with a gal.
Yeah, but I think so
look,
just in case. But for the dad over there, I'll probably say to him, you need to find a way to break those barriers down with your child. Also question yourself as to why it doesn't feel comfortable to talk to you. What front are you presenting towards him as well? Yeah,
fair.
So that helps.
No,
what do you do?
What I do?
Yeah. So where else come to you, he's like, Dad, the kids still say shubs.
No.
Motive is the word now.
Yeah.
I'm going to a motive, father. And there's loads of girls around. I'm gonna have a great time. I'll see you later. I'm gone. Bye.
Crack on, bro.
Not even like here's protection or.
You need to do it. Don't be getting STDs and don't get no girl pregnant.
Okay. Russian roulette.
Yeah, just crack on. Do what you need to do. Nah, I don't know. I really don't know because it's very hypothetical because my son's 3. Part of me is just like, yeah, bro, just crack on, innit? Like, take some DOMs, do what you're doing. Yeah, I know, not the same conversation.
Yeah.
Because
why?
It's so double standards. It's so hyper hypocritical. But my daughter's my daughter, and my son's my son. And like, I can tell you some stuff off air about my pups, but I don't know. It's just, I want them to protect that because obviously from when I was young, like I'd sleep with girls and whatnot. And then it was like, you have that lack of respect for them after that. And I don't want my daughter to be the butt of the lack of respect as like, for a boy, they don't lose respect from a girl if they sleep with them early doors. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I want to drum into them in that sense. And
let me ask you a difficult question then.
A different or difficult?
It might be difficult.
Go on. I'm here for it.
But depending on how you feel about it. So 17-year-old you, yeah, or a version of a 17-year-old you, your daughter brings that home.
Boy.
So do you feel like you'd have been a good fit for you? Would you have accepted you into your family?
Hell no. I was a prick. Like, I was a little fuckboy from day dot. Like, but I think mine was from an insecurity, I think, of why I was the way I was. It was like, I couldn't really have female relationships. I had to sleep with girls to kind of have female relationships.
So your friendship were based around sex, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of, like, obviously self-reflection and all that rubbish as I've got older. I didn't really have many male friends, as I've said previously, when I was growing up. So a lot of my relationships with females, and a lot of those were based around sex. So from when I was young. So I don't know because, and I never had any, there's no girl that I went to a yard where I thought, well, this dad's going to beat me up if I do anything bad here. Do you know what I mean? Like, or I need to be a good boy here because, you know.
Okay.
And the girls always used to come to mine. I never really went to any girls' yard. And if I did go to a girls' yard, they never had dads. There was always, I actually can't remember any dads being hyper present. The first girl that was like properly my girlfriend, her dad was around. But I was just like, oh, you're right. That was it. Like, he weren't
involved, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, he was involved. He was present.
I mean, as in within the confines of your relationship, he kind of left you guys.
Yeah, he weren't really on top. But I imagine me as a father, in relation to my daughter bringing home someone, it ain't going to be like, yeah, go on, you lot crack on. Because I'm not that dad.
Okay.
So,
but do you feel that
scares the shit out of me though?
Yeah, but would you be confrontational towards the partner? That's question number one. And then question number two, if you are confrontational, do you think that would have an impact on the relationship that you have with your daughter?
I don't think confrontational is where I want to go with it, because I always want my daughter to be open and honest with me. Yeah. So if I then want to beat up every boy that she wants to bring home, then she's going to end up not bringing boys home. Yeah. And then she'll be doing stuff out of house instead of at my yard. So I don't ever want to have confrontation with him, but I also need him to know it's a respecting and it's like, my daughter ain't one of your little floozies that you're slamming down because that don't run, innit? So like, you have to have the utmost respect for my daughter because that's my daughter. Do you know what I mean? So that's I don't know how I'm going to navigate that when they get of age. But I've always said, if you bring a guy into my house and you don't call me sir, me and him are going to have problems already straight away. And then she was like, my missus, you can't say that. I was like, no, I can, because it's a respect thing. So if you come to my house, you all right, mate? How's it going? Yeah, I've watched the pod here. We ain't friends. Like me and you, we don't have that relationship in it. So you speak to me with respect.
Right. Because you mentioned, I feel like I've taken over being the interviewer. So
No, crack on, bro.
So also you've mentioned that when you're 17, you're such and such, but you've grown from it. So do you feel that the man you are now represent a good role model for your daughters to look at and think, this is the type of man I want to be with when I'm older?
You say that, yeah? And then when I got with Dan, I'm sure I said it to her, you know, because I was like, I want to be the guy that I didn't understand. Because I've heard from girls before when I was younger, of like, I want a guy who's like my dad. But I never got it in it. It's only as I turned into a father to daughters that I was kind of like, yeah, I need to be a father that my daughters are like,
this is what I want for myself. Yeah.
So like, I'd like to think I'm respectful for Dan. Like me and Dan work well as a team together. Like we look after each other. So hopefully they look upwards and think, Dad ain't a bad guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm a hardworking guy. Like they've seen me when I've had a couple of hours sleep and then doing school runs and like I've missed sleep to go to one of their sports days, all them kind of things. I'm hyper competitive, so they see me beating up people and do you know what I mean? So
taking over people's squash reputations and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. So like, hopefully, innit? Like we can only. That's one thing that I always want to be a parent like. So my kids are like, yeah, my dad wasn't a bad guy. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want him to think I want a guy who's nothing like my dad. I'd much rather him say I want a guy who's like my dad. But I've done everything the hard way because I left school at 15. So I've always worked my ass off to get to where I am, as opposed to like I could have done it a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Cool. Okay. Do you have any more scenarios for me?
No more scenarios, bro. Yeah, we'll wrap there. But I do actually. You're going to be on another time, by the way, because there's loads of things.
I feel like I had a question for you, and I just can't remember it. Like, because your answer kind of just threw me. I was expecting something completely different. So I'm like,
oh, really? Why? What was you expecting I was going to say?
I don't know, because it's just interesting. Because for me, I always think, because when I look at myself as a person I am now, I'm completely different to 17-year-old me, which is how it should be. But 17-year-old me was a good guy. Does that make sense? And I know for a fact that my daughter would never bring 17-year-old like me home because I was too nice. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is,
does that make sense?
Like I've always been respectful. Like I'd meet anyone's parents and I've always been respectful. But I was just never, I don't think I was ever meant to be committed at that age. So I was like, so I don't know how I would have, I don't know. I was always respectful. Like if I went into Dad's house, I'd have been like,
sir.
I don't think I would have said sir at them times.
Okay, just checking.
But I would have never been rude or never been like, who's this waste man? Why are you bringing this guy to my house? I don't think, but I was just like active in it because I was like, I ain't going to get into a relationship at 17 years old. But I was always a nice boy kind of thing. And I worked even from 17, I was working full time. So like, I was trying to think what I was doing. But then I went to Malia when I was 18 to work out there.
And I'm sure you're respectful out there as well.
Yeah, you could say that. Okay. I've got some stories.
Which we'll turn the camera off and have this conversation.
Yeah.
And then my last question for you.
Go on.
My guest for today. So when you look at yourself as a father, what traits do you hope to pass on to your children? So when they become parents or go into the workplace, whatever, what traits do you have that are positive you hope your kids will take on? And what traits do you have that are negative that you hope they don't take on?
Oh, good question.
I'm here all week, by the way.
Cheers, bro. So good traits. As I said before, like I'm very respectful to all comers, like, and I'm quite empathetic to a lot of people. And I'd like to think that if one of my nearest or dearest needed me, that they would ring my phone and be like, yeah. And my kids see that with the people that I surround myself with. So that's probably like a good trait that I'd like to think that I could hand out. Negative. Don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't.
You've got something, but maybe you need time to reflect upon it, see what you'd want to carry out. Okay, cool. I'm gonna add one thing that I should have mentioned before now. So obviously, just cards on the table. This is the second take of this. The first time, AJ's phone didn't have enough memory, so it cut out. So making it clear, there's a reason I'm bringing this up.
Go on.
And I'm not too sure if we had the conversation.
We're not going down that M word again.
Sorry?
We're not going down the M word chat again.
No. Cool. You can get married another time. So I'm not sure if it was in this take where we spoke about how we met in the gym.
Yeah. There's this one, right?
Okay, perfect. Right. And also, I think you spoke about like my mental health and all that kind of stuff as well, right? There is one thing I feel like I should do because it flows better with this. So if I was to come back in, probably won't have that conversation again. But so during the darkest point is when I got to know you better as well.
Oh, wow.
No, genuinely. Because I think, remember I used to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'd be in the gym all the time, living in the gym. And then yours like, oh, go for it. Like some of the stuff, you'd grab my phone, you'd film it. And I think that's when we started training together. Because I think, so I don't know if something in you saw that I just needed like a focus away from everything else. So that kind of helped a lot. And then that's when you gave me the book that we all speak about. And it's just strange that chance conversation got me out of that dark place because I started, so I didn't read it, I just got onto a podcast, audiobook, and I just listened to it. Every time I was driving in a car, just listening. And to say that it changed my life is one thing, but it changed my outlook. And it gave me sort of a confidence to chase, things that I wouldn't have done before. And I'm using this opportunity to thank you for that. Because genuinely, I think if it hadn't been for you, and because Lisa did what she had to do for me, I think she saw stuff that I probably will never talk about, but you helped me shift a lot of stuff about how I thought about myself as well. And I think not just the confidence to be out there, do what I need to do, but the confidence to be happy with the person that I was, considering what I went through. So yeah, I'm say thank you for that.
That's another.
You can see, because I was like, I need to remember this, but yeah.
I actually didn't know where you was going with that. But yeah.
I just want to say I appreciate you for being in my life for doing nothing.
Come on, brother. There was more here.
You know that. Bit of cash there. What?
Like you was going for the spud, not the cash. I ain't got no cash for you.
Money over everything.
You ain't getting none from these pockets.